Right now at 6 o'clock, we're following some breaking news out on the roadways. The southbound side of the Pearl Harbor Memorial Bridge is closed because of a wrong-way crash. We'll tell you everything you need to know coming up.
And a man accused of hitting a teenager with his car, then running away, is expected in court. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is going to have the latest for us.
Unionized employees at a Starbucks in West Hartford are walking off the job. They've got a lot of company. We're going to have more on their reasons.
Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning. First at 6 for you. We start off with breaking news out there on the roads in New Haven. Thanks for starting it off here with us, America Areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Yes, I-95 South, as you heard Lauren say, it is closed altogether because of a wrong-way crash.
So we're checking right in with Lauren Zinzi right now. What's the latest?
Yeah, as of right now, Tim and Erica, the details themselves are limited, but Connecticut State Police Sergeant Christine Geltema did send us confirmation that a wrong-way driver was traveling northbound in the southbound lanes and did collide head-on with another vehicle. We also know that one of the two cars fully engulfed in flames. As of right now, just serious injuries being reported. But as we take a look out there, they did actually just turn the camera, which indicates that they are getting ready to tow and clean up that crash. The car's reconstruction unit is currently on scene right now investigating this crash. But at this time, it is unclear as to when this is going to reopen. Hopefully this reopens soon because it has been closed since about 2:30 this morning. So this is a major impact for the morning commute. We are seeing a good alternate route would be the Route 1 Tomlinson Bridge. That is going to be your best bet. You are going to have to take some detours. We are seeing some very heavy volume on Route 1. As we take a live look out in East Haven, you can see it is very, very busy out there. Traffic is just crawling at this point as people try to navigate off of 95 to then go around this and get back on the highway once they cross over the Route 1 bridge. So if you are in this area, just be prepared. Give yourself plenty of extra time to get where you need to go, or if you are able to travel more northbound and then go over in the New Haven area on 91. That could be your best bet otherwise. We also have a closure over on Route 341 out in Kent due to a tree falling down on the roadway. Route 341 is closed in both directions, so that is something to be mindful of if you are in the Kent area. It's unclear as to when that's going to be clear. I-84 eastbound just reopening about 2 minutes ago when I came on air. There was some road work being done, closing down the eastbound sides of I-84 between exits 20 and 21. So that is some good news I'll end on. Let's send things over to Rachel Piscatelli with a check on the forecast. Any updates, we'll bring it to you here in the next half hour.
All right, thanks, Lauren. So we are following a couple of scattered showers just pushing towards Rhode Island and eastern Massachusetts now, and some of those are squeezing into eastern Connecticut. Currently, we're looking at Killingly 395 with a moderate downpour just around Route 101, Danielson this morning, and Route 12. Zooming out to the bigger picture, we're starting off the morning with areas of mist, drizzle, and also mostly cloudy skies and some fog too. A rising chance for some spotty showers this afternoon. You know the drill here with some partial sunshine expected as well. Noticing we have reduced visibility in spots 3 miles from Oxford to Monroe, Chester 0 mile visibility, and up towards Windsor at 1 mile visibility. 68 degrees now in Windsor, 70 degrees in Meriden, and 67 over in Danbury. So for today, our temperatures will approach the mid to upper 70s to right around that 80-degree mark with a rising chance for some thunderstorm activity this afternoon and some partial sunshine too. We'll walk you through that hour by hour. We are tracking drier conditions for tomorrow. We'll detail that out for you coming up.
Rachel, thank you. All right, 6:03 now, and the former Waterbury official accused of hitting a teenager with his car and then taking off is scheduled to appear in court for arraignment today.
Yeah, the victim in this case was a 17-year-old native of Ecuador. He was hospitalized with life-threatening injuries. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live in Waterbury right now ahead of the arraignment. Brooke.
Well, today that suspect, John Egan, is set to be arraigned here in Waterbury Court. Now, his arraignment was supposed to be earlier this month, but the judge instead decided to move the case to a different court where more serious cases are handled. And that is where we now stand today. Now, Egan was serving as the chair of Waterbury Zoning Commission at the time of that crash, but he has since resigned. Reports show he had been drinking for about 10 hours prior to getting behind the wheel and had consumed around 16 alcoholic alcoholic drinks during that time. The 17-year-old victim's parents tell us he came to this country to pursue a better life just months before that accident. Now the family is involved in a court battle. Kaye's parents spoke with us earlier this month, saying his injuries ranged from a skull fracture to liver lacerations. On that day a few weeks ago, his parents said his outcome was not looking very good, as his injuries are very serious. We are hoping to get an update on his condition from his lawyer today. Now, Egan is currently out on a $50,000 court set bond. And of course, we are going to be inside that Waterbury courtroom later this morning. Whenever that arraignment is scheduled, we will have an update as to what the judge decides later this afternoon. Live in Waterbury, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Brooke, thank you for that report. It is 6:05 and happening later today. A man accused of murdering his estranged wife is expected in court. Police said they arrested 57-year-old Wilkid Valkenord yesterday. Officers said they found his estranged wife, Andra, dead inside a home on Martin Circle in East Hartford back on June 18th. Detectives said rapid DNA testing helped to really speed up their investigation, leading to Valkenord's arrest. He's being held on a bond of $2.5 million.
Two New Haven police officers who were involved in an incident that left one man paralyzed will find out today if they'll be able to keep their jobs. The Board of Police Commissioners is expected to decide if Sergeant Betsy Segui and Officer Oscar Diaz should remain on the force. Segui and Diaz faced charges after Randy Cox was paralyzed while in police custody last year. Two other officers, Jocelyn Lavendier and Luis Rivera, were fired from the force earlier this month. A fifth officer, Ronald Presley, has since retired from the department and cannot be disciplined further. And also happening today, a former Wendy's manager accused of yelling racial slurs at players on the Woodstock Academy boys varsity basketball team will be in court. Brett White faces several charges. The incident happened back in February. White's attorney says he wants his client's record eventually wiped clean through a diversionary program for first-time offenders. And this morning in Hartford, authorities are investigating after a man in his 40s was shot in the area of Main and Park Streets. Now, we're told that it happened just after 6 o'clock last night. The victim was taken to the hospital for a gunshot wound and is expected to survive. If you know anything about what happened, you're asked to call Hartford Police.
Well, today, Senator Richard Blumenthal is expected to propose legislation to protect mobile home residents from excessive rent increases. These are often people who are on fixed incomes and, again, often own their homes, but then have to rent the land that they're on. The bill would set minimum standards for people on those manufactured home communities that get certain federal funding. That bill would also give owners new rights to sell their mobile homes. And speaking of housing in New Haven, two tenant unions are demanding answers after being notified that their rent was going up 20 to 30%. They're now calling on Ocean Management to negotiate a fair rent agreement. The property group owns more than 1,000 units across the city, and some tenants say they want better living conditions as well as to avoid that huge rent increase. They said some requests for maintenance have often gone unanswered.
Our radiators screech in the winter months and knock very unbearably. And then when I asked Ocean to come out to fix it, we scheduled an appointment to do so, and then I took off work to do so, and they just didn't show up.
The unions have filed complaints with the city's Fair Rent Commission. That board can intervene by reducing the amount of rent tenants have to pay and can also fine companies to get them to get their units up to code. We have reached out to Ocean Management for a comment, but we have not yet heard back. Well, today, unionized employees at a Starbucks in West Hartford are among thousands of workers across the nation who are walking off the job.
Yeah, they say managers are pulling LGBTQ plus decorations from stores, and they also believe the company's labor practices are unfair.
Starbucks has fired back at those claims. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro is joining us live in West Hartford with what people on both sides of this issue are saying. Good morning.
Tim, Erica, good morning. All of this happening right here behind me. This is the Corbin's Corner location in West Hartford. A union employee tells me this will be a one-day strike really designed to send a message to corporate about these concerns. Starbucks is denying the claims, even filing unfair labor practice charges against the union. Something new brewing at Starbucks, and it's not the coffee.
We feel like our our voices are being impinged upon.
Employees at the Corbin's Corner location on strike Wednesday, joining more than 150 stores and about 3,500 workers across the country. The union, Starbucks Workers United, claims that dozens of the coffee chain stores are not allowing employees to decorate for Pride Month.
We ourselves at this store, our district manager removed pride flags that were put up very innocuously, and told us we could not have them on display.
In a statement to Fox 61, Starbucks CEO Laxman Narasimhan writing, quote, "Despite public commentary, there has been no change to any of our policies as it relates to our inclusive store environments. We continue to encourage our store leaders to celebrate with their communities, including for U.S. Pride Month in June, as we always have." The union is also fighting for what they call a more fair contract with better pay and benefits. The union claims Starbucks is giving additional benefits to solely non-union stores and also threatening access to benefits like gender-affirming care.
Starbucks is really sort of at the ground floor in terms of providing benefits and wages at this point.
A Starbucks spokesperson firing back, arguing, quote, "Workers United continues to spread false information about our benefits, policies, and negotiation efforts, a tactic used to seemingly divide our partners and deflect from their failure to respond to bargaining sessions for more than 200 stores." And that spokesperson also telling us that Starbucks has never threatened to take away any benefits and that all employees enrolled in a Starbucks health plan have, quote, "access to industry-leading gender-affirming care benefits regardless of organizing activity or representation status." Reporting in West Hartford this morning, I'm Angelo Bavar, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.